What up, traders? Let's do a little trade review, talk about the trades that I was taking today, posting them all in the Discord chat room. And yeah, we made some money today. And we also lost some money today, but overall came out green thanks to SPY at the end of the day. So, first off, first trade of the day was Boeing, right? So you could actually see this little flag I was using to trade Boeing this morning. And the first entry I was taking was down here. All right, down here, Boeing. So at the open, let's rewind a little bit. Pre-market, my notes, we had all of the tech down, right? So coming into today, we had tech down. Tech opened up red, and Apple, everything, all these stocks, Apple, Microsoft, they were all red coming into the open today. Okay, so tech was very weak, so I put tech aside and didn't look at any tech stocks at the open. I was more focused on Boeing, JP Morgan. What else was I looking at? American Airlines. That one didn't do too well. Basically, I was thinking of buying airlines and cruise lines because we also had some Corona vaccine talk in Russia. So whenever we get like a vaccine news kind of thing, we see like a bump in Boeing and some airlines, some cruise lines, in hopes that travel is going to return back to normal. But it's just temporary stuff until we actually have some good news, some real news about the vaccine. But it'll still send some spikes temporarily. But so I was looking at Boeing, had Boeing on watch. I let it do its thing at the open. We saw a nice surge, all right. So I didn't get in on the surge in the morning. I was waiting for a pullback. So I was waiting for a pullback. We had this initial resistance line up here, right here, high of the day, and then we came down a little bit. So I drew a little trend line, right? Drew a little trend line, and pretty much I was buying calls here. I was buying the in the money calls, all right? So I was buying like 185 calls for next week's expiration just to be safe. In the money calls are what I like to buy when I'm day trading. So I was buying those, bought them down here, and I scaled out right here. We couldn't quite get to that high of the day, and then we came down a bit. Next candle was red, so I closed those out. It was like a $1,000 or $1,200 gain on those Boeings, and then I was waiting for a breakout. So like I had this thing down here. I had it like that. We had this next high. I didn't get in there. I was waiting, right? So it came down a little more, and then it started to break out again right here. Broke out again right here. That's where I had my second entry on Boeing. Had my second entry. It was looking great, targeting 190. Got 3 cents off of 190, and then out of nowhere, some news comes out. No more orders for Boeing for however long. And it just fell off completely. Then it started, going really bearish once we broke this support. But this was just, the second entry was just another entry breaking out of this bull pattern, right? I was going for the second breakout, right? In the morning, we had a little break, consolidated, broke out again, but that failed, right? So this is why we use stops. I had my stop at 10%. So I'm trading with, I'm going into these day trades with $10,000. Had my stop at 10%. It was actually like 13% I got filled at, but ended up taking a $100 loss, a $75 loss on Boeing because of that second entry. I used my stop and I said, whatever. Shit like that happens. You just got to know your stops and move on to the next trade, which for me was SPY. But I was also watching Facebook during the day, right? Facebook set up the same kind of pattern, like a little bull flag, We had a nice pop this morning, this morning around 10, broke out a little bit. I wasn't watching it then. I was more focused on Boeing and everything, so I wasn't really looking at Facebook. And tech was weak, so I wasn't really trying to trade Facebook anyways. But it was forming a little flag, right? Forming a little flag. That's a bull flag since we were coming up from the lows. It was kind of uptrending. Then it started consolidating. I was waiting for the break. Same thing as Boeing, waiting for the break. It had a couple fake outs. I was waiting for a candle to actually close above 265 with some strength and not just, a weak close above. It didn't even close. This candle didn't even close above 265. So yeah, I was gonna buy the what was I gonna buy? The 260 calls on Facebook for next week. A little more expensive than the out of the monies, but I like always going in the money because it's less of a gamble. When you're doing out of the money, you really need a big move to start making money. So I like going with the in the monies, but I didn't take Facebook because we didn't get that move. And I was looking for a bullish play. Once we broke down below, I said, you know what, I'm just going to leave this alone. And yeah, I didn't even touch Facebook. So later in the day, I came back and I saw SPY. S&P it attempted to break out right here around 120, okay? So we're looking, all right, maybe we'll go test this overnight high at 337.93. And it looked good, and then it failed. Then we tried again, and it failed. This is where I got my puts. This is the spot where I was scaling into my SPY puts. I bought about 30 of the 337 puts, right? Bought like 30 of those, so they were costing me about $3 something. So another $10,000 trade. And this one I cut off around 335. 335 is when I closed this one out for about a 50% gain. So I made roughly, it was like a $3,000 trade. So it was about 30% gain on this one. So yeah, made up for the Boeing second entry that got messed up by the news. And ended up coming out green for the day, thanks to SPY, and a nice little sneaky entry up there near the highs of the day as we failed to break out. So this was a nice one. This one, if I held it even longer, it would have paid out 100% gains. Those contracts went from like $3.50 when I was getting in to about $7 at the lows down here. So if I held them out a little longer, would have made more. But with trading, there's always going to be shoulda, coulda, woulda. You kind of just got to forget about that and not worry about it, because I still made great money on this trade. And I shouldn't be upset about that. So yeah, going into tonight, we'll see if this market keeps selling off. We're going to look below 332. We're going to see if we get down below there. Next level I'm seeing is about 330 for tonight. So we'll see. Market got a little bit of an aggressive sell-off at the end of the day, so something to be aware of. But yeah, I'll keep you posted on what I'm watching for tomorrow morning in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, just click that link down below. It's a free Discord channel. And yeah, that's how the day went. Pretty eventful day, huh? So yeah, be safe out there. Use your stops. Like I said, I would have probably lost a lot more money had I not had my 10% stop on Boeing, right? That Boeing, if I kept holding, think it was going to reverse, I would have been down a lot more money on those on those calls. So you always got to use your stops. You're gonna lose money as a trader. You just have to keep those losses as small as possible. I lost money today on Boeing, but I still was able to come out green, and I still only lost a little bit of my count on Boeing because I used a stop. And guess what? The next trade was much bigger, and it's like this, like it didn't even happen, this stop loss. So make sure you're using your stops. Don't be greedy, and just know when you're wrong. When you're wrong, it's fine to be wrong. You never know. Like, this news came out, nobody saw it coming. Just came out of nowhere. So you don't know when shit like that's gonna happen, but you have to be prepared for it by knowing when your trade is wrong. All right, so I'll leave you guys with that. Hope you enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace.